Well, you want some tunes or something? Here. Sorry, man.
Just leave it. It's probably gonna be the only thing on.
I'm all alone. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. I'm all alone. Forever without you. I need too late to say that I was so wrong.
This is a good part. This is a good part.
What are you thinking of? What are you thinking of? What are you thinking? I got it. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. That is gold. That is gold.
2012 favorite network TV drama, Supernatural. Y'all guys are awesome. We know we're here and still going because of you. So to honor us like this, thanks.
And we want to really, really thank you for the fans who stayed up tireless nights voting for us
Over and over and over again.
Especially our mothers, because we're pretty sure we're up. And we'd also like to thank you again for two, because that way when the camera's off, we don't have to start punching each other.
Yeah, we each get one.
How do y'all like the latest shows? We haven't seen you in a couple months. Jesus, how is everybody? Hi.
Oh yeah, we just did, what was it, the slice?
I like to pause it when Jensen takes his shirt off.
And then 8:40 flight.
Yeah, and we were 350 pounds overweight leaving Vancouver with a tight connection in Minnesota.
They come on the intercom and the captain's like, well folks, we've got some interesting. We were actually 315 pounds overweight. And both Jared and I, Cliff! And immediately, he didn't even look up, he's like, shut up! Shut up!
Everybody around us starts laughing. They're like, hey, you know that guy, right? Don't worry, he's with us. But they burned off fuel, which amazed me. It seems like a lot of 315 pounds of fuel. They took us to a tarmac and just sat there revving the engine.
Oh my God.
Which made us about 45 minutes delay, which means when we got to Minneapolis for the connection. Yeah, we ran
Connection?
to that airport.
She likes the word connection.
Then you can appreciate this. We landed and pulled up to F terminal and had to get to C terminal.
Oh, that's fun.
So we had 15 minutes. So all three of us.
I didn't stop and wait, see if we're going to hit the train in time. We were walking, and I don't know who hasn't flown there, but the train kind of is right outside the window mirroring you. So we're walking like, okay, we have 2 seconds to wait. It's not here, so walk some more, 2 seconds to wait. And then we're getting passed out. I felt pretty impressed. There was a guy wearing like jogging shorts.
It was not fun.
But I wonder, what about the guy in the sweatpants? Or the tracksuit?
Yeah.
It was like he knows how to fly.
He's apparently had
It was like a random guy like running wind sprints up and down the river with his luggage. I was like, that's what we should have worn.
There's nothing better when you're like running through an entire airport and then you get onto this little plane and sit in the seat and you just start.
Next to the guy.
Hi sir, can I get you anything?
we are hurrying. We think we're gonna miss the flight, and so we're walking, and Cliff's just a little behind us, and we hear, "Hey, that's the Dean brothers." And we're in such a hurry that we're like going, and I'm like, "You would have said Sam brothers. You got yourself a picture." It's the Dean brothers.
We didn't even turn around either. We were just bolted past them. Hey, it's the Dean brothers. I'm like, not today.
That's right. What's it? I'm sorry? Very possible. My
Well,
excuse was,
he brought up a good point, which he was Dean and Gilmore brothers, and so it could have been the Dean. It's a stretch.
I started flashing the hair and.
Maybe it'll make that facial hair grow. Yeah, there you go. Massage it.
Hi. Hi.
First of all, I just want to tell you, you two are absolutely beautiful men. Yeah, both of you.
This guy too? Jane, thank you. Thank you. That's very nice, thank you. You need to get your vision checked. Thank you.
Like your butt, okay? Anyway. Okay, question.
Yes. What?
Yours too, Jensen.
Oh, okay, thank you. It is. Believe me.
Are we going to see Sam do any period dressing like that?
That can be taken one of two ways. I didn't know you were on your period during that. You should know we're on the same side. You seem short-tempered, but I didn't. I don't know. I don't think so. I think one of the goods and bads of kind of being the straight character show. Wait, what? I've been playing him so wrong. You know what I mean? If it's Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and one's kind of the swashbuckling guy, it's usually funnier when stuff happens to that character. That's Jensen buckling some swash. So I certainly hope so. I had fun. I have fun when I get a chance to kind of dress up and act. But there's nothing lately. There's a ballerina episode coming up, so fingers crossed.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not.
I was wondering, has anyone...
Actually, is that Wes Welker's jersey? Okay, he played at Texas Tech, so you're allowed.
Okay. Has anyone ever made you starstruck before? And if so,
Yeah. Yes. Mine just happened actually. We went to a Pearl Jam concert in Vancouver. And so we walk in, it's Cliffy and Jensen and Daniil and Genevieve and Genevieve and me. And we're walking, and I guess Cliffy or somebody had got in touch with their publicity team and the band's publicist of the show. She's like, cool, we'll bring it backstage. And so we walk in, and I'm holding my pregnant wife's hand. And then all of a sudden, I go and like start squeezing it, and she's like, "Babe, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, "That's Mike McCready." And I totally had a funny reaction. I was like, because he's kind of been the soundtrack to my life. I listen to Pearl Jam constantly, and I love him as a musician. But so I ended up getting the courage to go up and talk to him. Hi, Mike, thank you. I had to leave the room. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I can't watch this. He was like a little child. He was, and he did one of these. He was like, I spied on him, actually. He was like walking and he did. Meanwhile, the rest of us were all on the other side of the room just going. That was, yes, you definitely Yeah, I have a buddy who had a great reaction. One of my buddies, Dawson, back in the day, I was staying at some place in Vancouver. They were shooting Juno, also in Vancouver at the time, and so Jason Bateman was there, and my buddy Dawson was a huge Arrested Development fan. But a total, like, casual dude, kind of melancholy. And we started walking up the elevator, and Jason Bateman's walking kind of towards us, and I'm like, hey, dig your work. And Jason's like, thanks, man. And my buddy Dawson goes, and then Jason kind of notices that he's not going anywhere, so he kind of goes. And Dawson kind of pauses and looks at me and goes, man, I always hoped I wouldn't react like that. I was like, it happens. So that's my answer.
Stars. I know that I probably blocked it out from my memory because it was. See, Jared couldn't block that out because we were all there to remind him.
I had to come to terms with it. I didn't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I might have to think about that one. Let me see. What was it? Yeah. I mean, I might
say Luke Perry.
Lance read it.
I told you guys that story, right? Luke Perry. That was pretty cool. No, too bad.
It was a good one. Too bad I didn't hear it.
That was more Daniil geeking out on. It's like, hey, Daniil, this is Luke. You okay? Which is the thing is she lost her cool. It was awesome. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, but I would definitely probably get a little nervous around a star athlete though. Yeah. What? I don't understand. What, it's like a Jerry Springer show now? Yelling stuff out? Who is it? Oh yeah. See, this is why you need people around to remind you. But anyway, the Christmas episode, he hands me some eggnog, and it's supposed to be this nice little brotherly moment where I'm sitting watching, and of course it was prop eggnog, so it wasn't alcoholic, until Jared got a hold of mine and dumped basically the entire bottle of rum into my glass. So when I went to just take it out, we'd done the rehearsal, and it was fine. But then I was on camera, I was like, so I think they actually used my reaction. It's like, yeah, it's good. That was Shane. That's it. You never saw Shane? No. Shane, come back. Oh, Shane, come back.
Oh, you know what? There's an answer. I cried during Bobby's episode. I cried during that's the Bobby episode. Absolutely.
We all did.
I did. You know what? I actually called Sarah Gamble and told her when I read the episode, I was like, this is 130-something episode of Supernatural. This is the first time I've ever tried reading a script. I literally was reading. Okay. Was that even the question? Sorry. I got confused.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hi. So my question is, at the end of season 6, there's a lot of debate about how some of the treat cats.
And he's gonna have a child.
I'm not really good. Whatever you say about something means to you, brother.
A child. Okay.
So,
excuse my dimwit brother here. No, indeed, all of his kind of on-camera sexcapades, have been with somebody that kind of means something to him for the moment, except for this last one, which is kind of the first one we've seen. Otherwise, it was what, Anna, you know, it was Cassie, right. So this was the first time that we, and I think, and we wanted to play it to where she had the upper hand. Just character-wise, so like she shoves me through the door, she shoves me on the bed, like she kind of was in charge of that one. So I was, as Dean, I was trying to play it where like, oh, sweet, you know? And at one point it was actually choreographed where I roll on top of her, and then she's like, nope, and rolls me right back on, you know? So that was all scripted, was that she needs to be in control and Dean needs to be kind of...
I tried when I read that.
Don't let her take advantage of you. This is going to end well. So, yeah, I think, I don't really think we've seen Dean just normal one night staying.
Oh, yeah, like set that now. This is cool. Hi, guys. We're obviously one man short. That's not good. Yeah, it was a mix up this morning with the travel, the pickup, and the cars. You know, how many of these have we done that? How many of these have we done? Eventually, there was going to be a mess up.
Somewhere just short of 15.
There you go. So, Jared, I think, actually sent me his car, and I guess he's walking. So he will be here shortly, you know, I don't know. I'm on it, and you guys on the show. So what's up? I don't have my chatty friend right here to bounce off of. It's just me. This is interesting. It's too early.
Happy birthday!
Thank you very much. I had a little birthday party last night. Why is that a woo? It's like, oh. No, had some friends over and it's cool.
Why are you starting without me?
How am I the one that doesn't get picked up and I'm on stage and you're not? Seriously, he had a car at his house since like 8.
So we were like all the way out the door. I said, oh God, the car company messed up. Jensen doesn't have a car. But all right, well, I'll pull my back out. And it was like,
Well, I'm not getting in the car unless Jensen. God forbid I get there.
well, if you call us from the car case, I figured it wrong.
You figured it
What did I
wrong.
say about making an assumption? Hey, that's the new assumption. Hey guys.
Morning!
Sorry, a little late. I was going to play with Jensen.
I was really ready for a minute. I didn't have you to talk, so I was. I don't know what to do with my hands. The last skill.
And I gotta say, I still gotta say, and this is nerve-wracking, but Jared Jensen playing Sam and Dean playing Jared Jensen.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was nerve-wracking. For me, it was nerve-wracking.
It hurt my head. I think it was you. You came over and said, this is what we're doing. It's Jared Jensen playing Sam and Dean, playing Jared Jensen playing Sam and Dean. And I just went,
Okay. I remember actually that day. It wasn't loud.
Yeah, it was loud.
So we shot it, and then between those, I don't remember that. Because I remember, but I remember this one, because I just had my arm operated on. And I had general anesthesia, so I went under to get my surgery, my wrist. And the next day, I went to work. And they didn't think much of it, but I had been anesthetized 24 hours before. They were like, get a day of rest. So I come in, I got my cast. I remember there was a scene where I was supposed to come down the stairs. It's kind of like this or something.
And then I fell down the stairs, and then my first aid was like, hey Jared, why don't you just go back to your trailer for a minute? I said, okay. So I went to my trailer, fell asleep, and then I did a nudging. I'm like, what's going on? Like, that's what we're at. So you can go home. And then I went home to the son's place, fell asleep, and I woke up 4 or 5 hours later, and was like, what just happened? I still have no recollection of the prior 36 hours, because it kind of stays in your system. I'm going to the doctor tell me later, because we had to go get a replacement cast every so often, because I get wet and stuff like that for the show. And I told him that story. I was like, yeah, I remember going to work, I was like, He's like, yeah. He's like, man, it took a lot to push a limit. Like, you have a lot of your tolerance for anesthesia is high.
And do not operate heavy machinery or go on national television.
Yeah. So we had to do, either they had to cut it or I guess we redo it.
Redo your shot.
I don't know.
It's, why did I look over? They're looking over?
No.
You're saying it's not really.
Okay, so you're asking if Dean was older?
He was a lot sexier. I'm gonna come back.
Don't but the car that I want, I'm gonna have to wait until a certain show is over and see if I can get in my contract.
The most awkward experience.
Well, earlier, I thought someone said something they didn't, and that was kind of funny. I thought it was double something else. I'm sorry. I'm being honest.
In terms of each other, don't always just. In the fresh mistake, how you saw yourself in Days of Our Lives, how did that you? Did you feel?
Didn't understand a word. Okay, say again. I'm walking over here. What is it?
In the Fresh Mistake episode, Days of Our Lives, how did you feel like watching yourself on that?
Embarrassed. Ashamed. Did you guys hear the question?
Yeah. Raise your hand if you can't hear me.
I remember, I think they actually had that clip for rehearsal when we were blocking out the scene and when Jared was sleeping. And you saw it the first time that I didn't even recognize it. I was like, that's not me. Oh my God.
What was that the real dialogue?
Yeah.
It was like, but Brady.
Daytime television for you, buddy.
The dialogue was to the effect of, I love you, but you're going to space. I just got back from the moon.
But here's the best thing, is if you were right here and we were having a scene, I'd be facing this way. Stop.
Oh my God, it's Eric Brady. Oh my God, it's Eric Brady. And he can laugh on call.
Yeah, so that was a little weird saying that. I hadn't seen that stuff in a long time. Now I know why. What can we do to bring in more of a male audience? Is that what you're saying? Well, yeah, I mean, hot chicks. Unfortunately, we tried that and it made all of you mad.
Get those sluts away from our boys. God, this show's just turned into a slut spin.
We don't want that.
So now I know every year you send me an email and say, Rich, maybe this year you don't make a big deal out of this. Once again, it went to my junk box. I spent the entire weekend in the kitchen, or the kitchenette, as the brochure says, whipping up a little something for you. Now, I misread your name. It says Happy Birthday, Jensen. But it doesn't mean that I don't mean it. Now, Johnny, other guy, will you grab the cake for me, please? Can you help me out here, everyone? This is Jared Padalecki, fulfilling your birthday dreams, holding a cake. In case you didn't know, it's Jensen's birthday.
And what better way to say, I love you, man, than making a cake and singing with 1,000 people. Let's hear it. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, you. Happy birthday to you. Even non-TV, we love you. Happy birthday, dear Jensen.
Basically, just made it easier in case I ever needed to take the shirt off, that I wouldn't have.
I want to say congratulations on your baby, by the way.
Thank you. Oh,
Thank you very much.
we're very proud.
Thank you.
Times and moments. I just, in picking one randomly, that I will never forget is in the pilot episode where the brothers are in the library looking at the monitor and studying their case of the woman in white. That was actually the very first day of production on Supernatural, and we were filming in Glendale.
That's right.
At the library, and I'll just never forget it because that was day one, and he and I were already having a brother-like scene where I think you reached for the keyboard and I like slapped your hand away, and like it was instant, and I knew then that like we had something that had potential, like that we had a rapport that could go a long way with a good show. And
I don't take offense at all. I'm really proud. You know, I remember there were some discussions when you become an actor. A lot of people kind of have discussions of whether you should be named something else, something that sounds more whitewashed, something that sounds more agreeable. And I guess I was lucky enough to be surrounded by people who were okay with me being me. And I think Padalecki is weird. It's a weird name. But it's me. And I'm proud to be me. And it's different. Yeah. Thank you. And I'd rather be a failed actor, but be Jared Padalecki, but be a successful actor and be Jared Johnson or something. You know, I'd rather just be myself. Because when you go to bed at night and you're laying in bed, you have to be happy with who you are. Because you were born the way you're born with the name you're born, and you are who you are. And it's about being happy with who you are and figuring out there are more important things in life. You know, this is just what people call me. It's not my soul, it's not who I am, so I'm happy to be Jared Weird Name.
I mean, by hitting a wall, I think I know what you mean. There's just kind of a block.
Yes.
You know, yeah, there's, two kind of scenes come to mind, and they're in two different ways of being a block. One was a scene between Jared and I where cell phone? Where Jared and I, we refer to it as the breakup scene. You probably know what we're talking about. Where you've got the head in the back of the car, and it's on like a dock, and he gets out, and he's like, I can't even be around you anymore. He takes off walking. Where are you gonna go? Well, that scene originally was written. I think the writers like maybe went out that afternoon and got drunk and came back and said, oh, we really got to write this. You know what? Let's just pull up a romantic comedy and pull the dialogue from When Harry Met Sally and put that in, because it was such a, it didn't read like two brothers, you know, having an argument. It felt like a man and a woman breaking up. So that was a really big block for Jared and I. We got together and we were like, how are we going to fix this? And we basically rewrote the scene and twisted it and tweaked it to make it sound like, you know, the characters getting in a fight and walking away from one another. So that was something that we were able to kind of put our heads together and creatively find a way out. Another block I'd say was probably the emotional scene that I had when Dean was telling Sam about his time in hell. Mm-hmm. And that was a block because I don't know, for whatever reason I got really emotional. And I've said this before, when you have a scene like that and you get emotional and those emotions start flowing and your face heats up and your eyes start watering and you know, the emotions start, your body is reacting to something very emotional. Your brain knows it's not real, but your body doesn't. So it's reacting as though you're really going through something. And I remember when J. Miller Tobin directed that episode. I remember when Miller yelled cut, I couldn't stop. Like I was just crying. I couldn't, and I was like shaking. And you know that knot in your stomach? I don't cry that much, but it was just coming out. And I couldn't stop. I had to walk down the road. I had to like walk it off, and I couldn't. And it was really hard to like get it back because I knew we had to go again. And I just couldn't stop. And it was like one of those things where once you get going, you just can't turn that off. And that was really tough. But I literally just had to go walk it off. And that was how I dealt with that. And came back and was like, okay, let's go. So yeah, we come in, but those are curveballs that we enjoy. Like I remember going home that night and being like, wow, I really poured a lot of myself into that performance. I can hang my hat on that. That was sweet.
Are you sure you want to dump these things? I'm thinking they might actually come in handy down the road. What do you think? Hey. What? What is it? Talk.
Nothing.
Well, that's convincing. What, did Monster Russ give you the jeebs, huh? Because I gotta be honest, I ain't looking in the mirror for a while myself.
Okay. You really want to know what's wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, you know my motto, here to help.
Here to help. Kind of like you helped Amy.
Listen, Sam.
Don't lie to me again. You know, don't even talk to me. Yeah, I can. You know what, Dean? I can't.
Well, you can't what?
I can't talk to you right now. Dean, I can't even be around you right now.
Okay, so...
So I think you should just go on without me. Go.
All right. Sorry, Sam.
But no, Jared and I mean, I call him J-Rod. I don't know, have I ever called him J-Rod in front of you guys?
No.
Yeah, that's actually what most people on the crew call him, is J-Rod.
Oh.
It's just kind of mispronouncing Jared. J-Rod or J-Pad. J-Pad, but yeah, a lot of people call him J-Rod. I get called Jackals. Jared also calls me, what else does he call me?
Freckles?
What? Not Freckles. Calls me Stack.
Eh? Stack?
I don't know. Like Stackles, but he shortened it to Stack for some reason. Shackles, he calls me sometimes. I don't know. We've been together way too long. Is what it boils down to. And, I mean, the fact that we're wearing the same color shirt today should. He showed up and he's like, I'm like, really? And he's like, dude, I brought two shirts, and I'm like, me too. Whatever. And then he said, we're on the same cycle. Some of you are like, what? That's not funny. So anyway, yeah, that's those are some nicknames.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've talked a lot about the technical side of your directing since you've been here. I'm wondering, what's the most fun thing about directing for you? Is it perhaps telling Jared what to do?
No, because I tell Jared what to do anyway. Oddly enough, directing Jared was not unlike the way that we deal with each other just as actors, because he and I really look after each other quite a bit anyway. So if we're doing a scene together and somebody else is directing, but if we're doing a scene together and he does a performance and it's his coverage, and I noticed that there was some, he missed some beats or missed some cues or didn't say it, I'll tell him, I'm like, you got a better one in you, ramp it up, speed it up, slow it down, and he does the same for me. So we kind of do that for each other and have been doing that since the beginning of the show. So directing him, it was simple because we've been, it's an easy language. Hi.
Yesterday, Misha said that the scene where Dean gives the trench coat to Cass is romantic and gay. I'd like to know what you think about it.
The scene where Misha,
Dean gives the trench coat Cass back.
Oh, that was such an awkward scene. Is Misha behind me? I'm sure he is, because things just got really awkward. Yeah, that was a really awkward scene. In fact, Misha and Bob Singer was directing that episode, and we were crying, laughing at how ridiculous the fact that I had his jacket nicely folded in the back of the car. And not the Impala, a stolen car. And I'm like, what? There was no reason for that jacket to be in the trunk of that, but just no reason. And Bob is like, look, just do it, all right? And I'm like, but Bob, this is so dumb. I don't understand. I mean, it's this, and then we started saying the dialogue out loud, and it just sounded it was like, it was so bad. And is Misha here? Is he here? Because there was a line that he said that he couldn't get out because it was so ridiculous. And we finally ended up changing the line. Like, we had to put our heads together and be like, okay, we're changing these lines. So yeah, I remember that scene vividly, and it was, but it was just one of those things where it's a crucial part of the story and it needs to happen.
Misha said he don't like to know what Dean had done with the trench coat. Wearing the trench coat while he's naked.
Yeah, I don't want to know what Dean did with that trench coat. And why it was just folded, so I don't know. And that was another thing too, because I had it fold. I'm like, Dean wouldn't fold this up like his, It's cold. It's damn cold. I get you know, the symbol of it and what it represents. And it's Cass, it's code, and this and that. But you know, it was so. It was so perfectly folded with like the tie and the collar, and Bob's like, "Can you present it like so we can see what it is?" And I'm like, "No, I can't." Oh gosh. So know that we have problems shooting some scenes sometimes, and it's.
One more.
You're one silly goose.
You shut your mouth.
Pictures of maybe, let's say, Dean in an angelic embrace. And that's being kind of gentle with it, isn't it?
That.
Feel that question.
That's great. I love that. You got pictures like that of us in embrace all over your bedroom. I know that. Always. Yeah.
They have a van with that airbrush on the side. It's just a strange splinter of fiction. Yeah, my conversion van just has his face on it. It's just a nice airbrush, and then there's an eagle on the other side. I'm in a room. And a wolf howling at the moon. It's cool, you'd like it.
And it feels so bizarre, but luckily we've been mostly tied up lately.
You're fishing for that one.
When a bad guy...
So bad.
And there's a bad guy. There's like
when two bad guys really like each other,
they don't make us stand up against the wall like we're stuck, which is a lot better. Thank you in advance.
Vicky Novak here for Young Hollywood with Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. How's it going, guys?
You said that very well.
Did I
said that
say
really
it
well.
well?
Most people butcher our names because they're a little.
I
It's
was like, at that speech, he's gonna mess it up.
Well, speaking of names, we talked to Jeffrey Dean Morgan a couple of days ago, and he said he'd been hitting the tequila really hard since he's been here at Comic-Con. Have you been sharing in that with him?
oh, Pop.
No,
he's you know he's a heavy hander when it comes to tequila. That guy.
He had to wear sunglasses during the interview. We're glad to see your eyes. He did.
Did he really?
Are you allowed to do that?
I don't know. I'm gonna call.
You
him.
are.
I'm
If you
gonna
have
call him
some,
right
feel
after
free
this and make fun of him.
I'm alright. I'd rather make fun of him for it.
Yeah.
So going into season 8, what would be your magic number of seasons? What's the magic
7.
number for you?
I'm just kidding. I think the number that's kind of unspoken that we're all hoping for is 10.
Ooh, 10's a good number. Get into the double digits. Right?
Yeah, hit 200. Well, we're in the
Hit 200 episodes. That'd be a pretty impressive feat, I think, for a series this, especially this day and age when series are getting canceled after the 3rd episode. To go 200, I think, would be a pretty awesome thing.
So you're both Texas boys. You spend time in Texas in your off time?
I live in Austin, so I hold a place in LA, basically in Vancouver. But my wife and I have a home in Austin where we spend all summer.
So I know you guys are moving from Friday. You're moving to Wednesday nights. Yeah. Where would you both most likely be on a Wednesday night versus a Friday night?
Where I'd be on set on a Wednesday night, and I'd be on set on a Friday night. I think if I was not working this summer, I would probably be home. I mean, after working 9 months out of the year, my days kind of string together, my nights off. And I'm not really a go-out guy. I have a 3-month-old kid.
I heard. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So Friday nights out are no longer really a option, at least right now.
Well, and his Friday night out means that I'm babysitting, so it's really
Are you a good babysitter? Is he good? You trust him with your child?
Oh, yeah.
Yet to be seen. Yet to be seen.
And I know this season may be coming up. You guys might be spending more time on set apart rather than shooting together.
I sure hope so.
Does that mean you're going to get more downtime? Is that what you're hoping for?
Hey, from your mouth to the writer's ears, you know.
Do you want me to talk to somebody for you?
Yes, please. They're right in there, actually.
They are, and I actually like the idea because I like the idea of fleshing out the characters. I mean, it's great to have the Sam and Dean relationship, but I'd rather, and it's never going to be a show about Dean's girlfriend or Sam's girlfriends, but to get something other than just Sam and Dean.
Right.
Makes them more interesting people.
And I know on the show you guys have seen so many crazy supernatural things. What's the craziest thing you guys have seen here at Comic-Con?
The craziest?
Anything slightly supernatural?
It might have been that R2-D2 sitting there.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
There was something that Jensen during the panel, actually at Hall H, he's like, 2 o'clock.
I go, what's at 2 o'clock right there? Jared looks over, he's like, maybe a really bad
That
R2D2. I don't know.
It was kind of dark. We couldn't see it. It hasn't been too wacky.
I don't know. You know, we only got a kind of a split second to look out over the crowd, and it was just the
amount of people.
Yeah, the size of this thing. You know, it's like almost 200,000 people, and you know, sitting at the in H Hall there when they brought up the lights and seeing just the amount of people that showed up to hear us babble. It was it's pretty humbling.
We were talking with an astrophysicist by the name of Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he brought up a funny point. He was like, you know, you've been here too long when you're absolutely unfazed by like stormtroopers walking past and Boba Fett's. You're like, oh, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Another stormtrooper, another Darth Vader.
Exactly. I'd be most fazed by an astrophysicist being here.
Yeah, that's actually, we both were freaking out. You know,
that's the craziest thing you could see here as an astrophysicist at this point, right? Last question: if you guys were to come back here and dress up, what would be your ideal costume?
I would dress up as Sam Winchester from Supernatural.
I would be.
I've got the wig, so it's ready to go.
I have a bunch too. No, I would be. I gotta say, I'd probably be Boba Fett because that was my favorite guy growing up. Well, as far as Star Wars goes. Plus, the full mask would be fun.
Wouldn't be Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, I do that every day though. So.
And not his character.
Just Robert Pattinson.
Just
purely him.
Well, you two could do the whole, Jacob Edward thing.